Hi guys, welcome again. It's your baby girl here, Cheesy. How are you all doing? I hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for tuning in again today and thanks for watching. If you're tuning in, you're welcome. Today's video is something different from what I used to, but it's not something new. I used to do motivation talks, but I upload video here regularly on skincare, hygiene, lifestyle, and you might be amazed my personal experience unfolds on my channel. So without wasting much of your time, I am going to share with you guys some of the things to really take away from your life. You need to think about it. You need to really reflect, to let this all fuel life this 2022 if you really want to stay happy. I love being happy, and I felt like sharing my own opinion and my ideas on things that could help one to really stay happy would be okay. And I'm grateful that I did not start overthinking it the way I used to overthink other ideas when they pop out. And I pray by the grace of God I'll be able to pass this message to you all, and I hope I also say things in a manner that everyone will understand. If I must be honest with you, a big shock is this: we cannot run away from staying unhappy. Yes, this is life for us. We'll always find ourselves once in a while staying unhappy, and once in a while being that extraordinary happy. That is life for us. And when you find yourself being unhappy, it's not a problem. But what I am emphasizing is this: for you not to let that be a permanent stay and a permanent habit of your life, to remain an unhappy person the rest of your life. Being a Christian and a religious and spiritual person, the Bible also makes us to understand that our struggle is not only against the flesh and blood, but against the power and the spiritual forces of evil. But we are not doing any spiritual thing today. We are talking about more like physical lay understandings on how to really stay happy. So stay tuned, bring your drink and your popcorn. Let us start this video. I want to remind you again, have you hit the button subscribe? It's so important to me. Hit that bell button behind it. That way you get notified whenever I upload a new video. It is free of charge, and I'm waiting for you. Once you're ready, let me know. We'll go straight to the point. Right, number one habit that I will really encourage everyone watching this video today to really remove from their life this 2022 if they really want to stay happy is nothing but to not forgiving yourself. A lot of times we are so hard on ourselves because of the mistakes, the sins, the wrongdoings that we did. The sad truth is this: you can't stop making mistakes. We will continue to make mistakes. Life will continue to fail us, and we will continue to fail in life. There are so many wrong decisions yet to make. We will mess up every time, once in a while in life. And holding on to your past mistakes year in, year out, allowing that to come into your mindset as an excuse why you are not good enough, or why you cannot get to a certain area in life or anything, is something that I am encouraging you today to really think about it and stop. Remove those things. I have been through a lot. I have made a lot of mistakes that I am not even proud of. But one thing I noticed that really helped me, even with the whole struggle, is learning to forgive myself. I must be honest. Once I forgive myself, every other thing anybody says is none of my business. People really talk about our mistakes a lot. People tend to find joy to say them when they know it. And when people know these things, the only way for you to really stay away from being unhappy in that moment, people are talking about your mistakes and you're saying whatever it is nothing but to find a way to forgive yourself. When you have forgiven yourself, no matter the amount of gossip people will talk about that incident, it's not going to change your state of mind. Neither will it change the way you see yourself or the people around you or even the whole situation. As a believer as well, Bible has explained it in different way that we are all sinners, and that love of God for us will not stop, even though our sins is full and dark like that of a charcoal. What God wants from us is nothing but to come to him, accept your mistakes, accept that you have wronged someone, accept that you have wronged yourself, accept, you acknowledge it, own it. Don't try to give an excuse for it. Do not try to justify it for anything. The more we linger things, trying to justify things and trying to push it away and that's where we get a lot of things coming into our space and affecting our state of mind, our mental health, and our happiness. So once you accept it, let go. You are human. God did not make us as a perfect person. He knows we are weak. He knows the flesh is weak, and he knows us better than we know ourselves. And I believe that's why he have so many verses in the Bible to remind us to come back to him for forgiveness. And I think even being an unbeliever as well, it's not about being believer or not believer. Don't be hard on yourself. You messed up, yes, and life is not going the way you want it, and you think it's a big mistake that you have made, and every decision you're doing today depends on that. Little people are sad and happy and full of anxiety because of the way we overthink and the way we really condemn ourselves before another person comes up. When you are in control and accepting and acknowledging your mistake, their reaction will not be the same when you forgive yourself first before another person start talking about it. Acknowledging it will help you to forgive yourself, and that will help you to see things differently and accept that you're a human being who make mistake. So try as much as you can to do it, because you cannot run away from making any mistake as long as you live in this planet. We will make mistakes more and more. No matter how clever, no matter how careful you play, you find yourself making a wrong decision. It's part of life. So let go today. Let go. Let go. Let go. Don't be too hard on yourself. That's not the end of the word. Yes, that mistake, if you look into it, there will be things that you really learn from it as well. Instead of you condemning yourself, validate your feelings, take responsibility, explore your motivation, set clear boundaries, approach yourself with love, compassion, and respect. Learn from it, accept your humanity, and make amends if applicable. Number 2 habit is preserving negative presence. There is this recent video. Every year, people always create something like that. If it's not giving you the vibe, cut. If it's not respecting you, cut them off. If your friend don't value you, cut them off. There are so many things people say about it. And when I watched those videos, I said, who are we really going to cut off? Who do you want to really cut off? Because I think everyone have been guilty of this, of keeping toxic people in our life one way or the other. These people can be your partner. It can be your wife. It can be your husband. It could be your mother. It could be your father. It could be your brother. It could be your uncle. Not to talk about just the family as well. These toxic people, we can also meet them at our place of work. And everywhere you go, you will find them. How are you going to cut them off? When everybody was doing this on social media, I was really like reflecting on this. If you quit your job because it's a toxic environment, how sure are you that the next place you're going to work, it will be a positive place to be? You never know. And that's why when I'm talking about this, you accepting negative presence and toxic people and preserving it, not just accept, you accept and preserve it yourself. I want to tell you how you can do this so that you will cut them off right. Many times we find ourselves in toxic people. It never starts in a toxic way. Many times, some of them do. They show the signal they are very toxic. They are very bad company. They are very bad people to hang out with. But some of them appear nicer. And then the more you get to know them, the more you can to understand that these people are not really who they are. Try not to sit where they are talking. No, even allow, once they started, do not even give it time. Do not even think about it. Just move. Zoom out of the presence immediately when you hear them. And one thing as well is this. Toxic people, they always look for our faults. They always look for where we are not doing well, things that is bad in us, and that's what they like to see. When they see the good ones, they don't acknowledge it. Toxic people are always competitive, devilish competitive. Toxic people are always comparing themselves with you and another. But when you learn to forgive yourself and learn to treat yourself with love, compassion, and respect, when you find yourself in the midst of toxic people, they cannot pull you down. The way the toxic people walk, they walk in the same manner. They cannot stop your shine when you forgive yourself of your faults, and when you understand that you're just a human, an imperfect human who do not aim to be perfect. Toxic people get weak when you are already up here with your self-esteem. Sometimes we become toxic to our friends and to ourselves without us knowing. It only takes the grace of God and someone who is more wiser and more mature to come and tell you, girl, the words that come out of your mouth is not good. Girl, your behavior is becoming so toxic that I don't feel comfortable to hang around you. You only have just few of them to say this, but so most of the whole time in your life, you just have to own your life. That way, you'll be able to stay away from toxic people and even mingle with them and still remain happy. I hope I'm making sense. Number 3 habit is nothing but lack of authenticity. Following the crowd. Follow. Social media. That's where all this thing begins. And social media is good. Some people look at social media to be a bad thing, but it depends on what you use it to do. A lot of people have gift to really send out to the world, but because of their struggling to bring their authentic self out there, they just want to be like every other person out there. They let that gift die like that. Struggling to be authentic can look like this: being so concerned about what people think of you. There was a time I was really struggling as well to be myself, because everything I do, people condemns me. And this whole thing started after I lost my husband. Because when my husband was alive, there was a lifestyle I was living. I'm the type that like wearing short wears, crop top, all the fancy things then. So when my husband died, life was so hard. I couldn't be myself anymore. I have to stop making up. I have to stop wearing what I used to wear. I struggled. I did really struggled. At some point, I become so unhappy. And even after mourning, people are still checking out on me. What lifestyle am I living? What am I doing right now? Who am I sleeping with right now? And why is she talking like this? And why is she making up? What is she trying to show? This whole thing can be so confusing. I started falling into all these whole distractions. I start to be who I am not, so that people will see that I'm not that bad and accept me. It was a very tough life to live. Be yourself. Be yourself is something that could make you so happy. And when you are authentic and be yourself, people will love you more. So they will know that this is you. You talk anyhow when you're talking. This is you. You like bum shirts. This is you. You like bringing out your chest. Just as you guys know me here, I always do my shower routine. I show off a lot. Some people do not like it, but I am being myself. I'm not doing it for anybody. I love it. This is something I do for fun. But if you don't like it, it's your own opinion. Don't let those things come into your head. Okay? That's the wrong thing to do, because when you do that and people don't accept you, you get more frustrated, and then you lose track and you get so confused. You wouldn't even know which direction to take anymore because you've lost yourself trying to follow the crowd, because people are doing hairstyle like this and then you do it and then you don't look good, and then people don't tend to compliment you a lot, and then you'll be wondering. Just know yourself and do what is good, what you feel that is right for you. Do it. Stop copying, because your own knowledge and wisdom and everything bonded in you can be a blessing to someone. When you are being yourself, you are also inspiring a lot of people. You are also changing lives. But when you're fake, you're just hiding some people's blessing. You are also just attracting so many things which will also tamper with your joy, which will also tamper with your blessings. So be yourself. It's more fun when I'm being myself and someone is throwing hate on me than when I am working so hard to be accepted and then you're still not seeing it and you're still not accepting me. So I'm too old to even follow the crowd, honestly. And that's why I think I get this as well sometimes. Most of my friends, they get confused about my personality because I don't follow the crowd. I do what I want to do at my time and when I feel it's right for me. I do not follow crowd. I do not. And it's so difficult when you are being authentic. People tend to misunderstand you. If you hang around with people and people say they don't understand you, that you behave well, this is you behave weird. This is simply because you're authentic self. You are not following the crowd. You are not pretending to be accepted. When people tell you these things, you are just your authentic self. You behave in a weird way. Yeah, we don't understand your kind of person. Yeah, people don't tend to understand you when you're authentic. Start following the crowd. Rather than striving for internal understanding and acceptance, change the way you present yourself to accommodate those that you are around with. We have to really learn to build the confidence and be authentic and not following the crowd in some of the decisions that we make. Instead of saying you're not good enough, you are always enough, and fear cannot change that. Instead of saying my soul isn't enough to share, just think about it. Your soul might be something someone needs. So bring your authentic self wherever you go. Speak that accent, the Nigerian accents, the Zimbabwe accents, the Yoruba accents that you have. Dress in your cultural way. Accept and embrace who you are, your self, your identity. That's what makes you beautiful. You are unique and you are fearfully and wonderfully made. There is nobody like you. You do not have part two. That's something I want you to know today. Number 4 is nothing but seeking for approval and validation. Yes, we need to get approval from you guys. Yeah, let me know. What do you think? Check me out. Do I look okay? From social media, validation, and family, everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be accepted. The first step to stop seeking for approval is to build internal validation. Know your limits and set boundaries. Reflect on the belief that you hold about who you are. Identify what motivates your self-sabotage and the quest of the validation. Acknowledge your inherent worth. Apologize to yourself and forgive yourself. And know that you are you. You can't change you. There is nothing you can do about you. And people need to accept me for who I am. If you don't want me, please go and find something that you want and leave me alone. I don't need your validation. Remind yourself of your magic, because in all, when people still do not see something good and validate you how amazing you are, I tell you, take a minute and look at yourself. You can see so much gifts and so much things that you have done so well for yourself. Finally, focus on nurturing a safe relationship with yourself. Number 6 is nothing but comparing yourself with others. Oh my God, comparison is a killer of joy. Sometimes we don't see it. We don't understand that we are comparing ourselves a lot in things that we do with our friends, with our husband, and even our children. This is the killer of your happiness. Learn not to compare yourself. We will always have people who are far better than us. We will have people on top of us, in middle with us, below. All hands are not equal. Just stay in your lane and mind your own business. Accept yourself for who you are. Forgive yourself. Set boundaries. Nurture a safe relationship with yourself. You will not be having time to be doing this comparison. And again, the person you're comparing yourself with, you don't even know what they are doing. Sometimes we come off here so social media and we'll be showing you our the best part of our life, but you don't know what happens off the camera. Learn not to compare yourself. That's what the society have made us to be. And that's why we love people who are authentic as well on this social media platform as well. People who show it so real and so how real life is. When you start comparing yourself, this is when you begin to see yourself depressed, unhappy. You start having lots of jealousy around your friends, your spouse, your husband, your colleagues, wherever you go. You also have much anxiety in you. You have self-hate, self-pity, pride, not even learning from your past mistakes because you're busy comparing yourself with others. And also, comparing yourself gets in your area of growth. You'll remain stagnant because you lose focus, you lose track because you're competing with what you're not supposed to compete. There's a lot of distraction for your growth. If you really want a happier life, you have to really try and fight to eliminate this toxic habit of comparison. People will be finer than you, richer than you, poorer than you, more educated, more intelligent, and also more blessed and favored. You can't change it. Everyone has their special gift and also talents and also grace. Our graces are different. We understand this. That is life. Learn to eliminate that comparison habit, and that will help you a lot. Finally, I will add by saying again, being a believer, sometimes it's not within our power. We work and we do all the things to stay happy, but we still find ourselves unhappy. If you see that no matter how hard you try to stay unhappy, but you couldn't help it, things still go the wrong way, that you end up remain unhappy the rest of your life. I pray for the grace as I bring to you these habits. And I pray if you're a believer, this is a time you get more closer to God and ask God to take away every spirit of sadness and unhappiness in your life. Because you might be fighting against what we can't see. Take it up to God in prayer. Whatever God you serve, I serve a living God. Ask God to help you and give you the grace to fight these things because they are not easy. What the devil wants us to do every day is to be anxious and unhappy. And before you know it, it affects your mental state. And before you know it, you're depressed. And you'll be taken to the mental health hospital. And they will be feeding you with so much medication. You'll be free from every spirit of unhappiness and anxiety. There is nothing you cannot do. You've got all it takes to take and eliminate all the whole toxic habits that has been affecting your happiness, your life, your marriage, your job. My aim this year is to stay happy. And that's why I start this way by sharing this tip as well. And I hope bringing this bad habit to light will enable you to eliminate them and improve the quality of your life. You have the power to create what you want to see. Celebrate your wins.
Grandma, did you cook? Did you cook? I don't know.
Celebrate your wins.
Oh, sorry. Hi, guys.
Celebrate your little wins and don't wait for people to validate you. Change might not be fast, and it isn't always easy. But with time and continual effort, almost every habit can be reshaped. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an insight on today's video. If you do not forget to like, subscribe, and share it to your friends, and I would love to hear from you as well. Any habit that you think that we need to eliminate to stay more happy from 2022 and above. I'll see you guys again on my next video. Ciao. Bye bye.